back at some of your third down numbers the last couple of weeks, is it like where you want it to be? How do you think you get better in those areas if it's not?
Yeah, I think we've been in quite a few third and longs. So the third downs, that's the glaring stat that you kind of look at and say, we've got to be better, I've got to be better. But I think you can easily look at first downs and being efficient on first downs. So you're not dealing with 3rd and 7 plus, you're dealing with 3rd and 5 or less. So, especially early in the ball game the last 2 weeks, I think that's where I have to be better specifically.
Trevor, you've been around Sean Payton a while now. What do you see from him and how he handles wins and losses? Two losses in a row around here is pretty unusual.
Sure.
How does he handle business to keep y'all coming back no matter what happened the week before?
Yeah, I think Sean has obviously a lot of experience. He's been through whatever this league has shown to him, but I think he's got a gift for giving the team the right message at the right time. Probably more so than just as good as any head coach I've been around. So, I think there's no doubt when we get into a team meeting where our compass is going to be set as a team, and the guys feel that. And I think, starting today, I think we had a good day of work.
What's his message this week?
Yeah, I think, golly, now I'm looking back. Just kind of what kind of ball game it's going to be, how Philly's playing, what we need to do offensively better, defensively what we need to do. Those kind of keys to the game, I think, are easily identifiable for us. And starting today, get to work and focused on Sunday for sure.
Trevor, no interceptions for you. How much is that product of what kind of a ball game it's going to be, or how much is that how you approach a game this time around?
Yeah, I think coming in, especially early, I was focused on taking care of the ball and doing those kinds of things. Now I think with that you can't play too cautiously, right? You got to focus on making good aggressive decisions and without putting the ball in harm's way recklessly. There's going to be some weird things that happen, and maybe there's a turnover here and there. It's part of playing quarterback, but kind of minimizing the reckless plays or the plays where you don't really have a good plan. Really can't afford to do that, especially in this league. The margin for error is so little. So those are kind of what I focused on.
Has your approach at all changed from when you were a young quarterback first time around when it comes to aggressiveness?
I think so. I think, early I played in Denver. We had a good defense, and I think at times I was hyper-focused on, I probably erred on the side of being cautious at times, looking back. But like I said, I think that's a tough way to play quarterback when you're trigger shy and you're hyper-focused on being safe with the football. So I just try to make a conscious effort of making, aggressive, smart decisions. That's the way I put it.
Trevor, we talked with Jameis a lot early in the season about finding a comfort level and a rhythm with Sean Payton. How has that gone for you, kind of maybe feeling what he's going to call him, kind of feeling what you want to do in just a couple of games so far?
Yeah, it's probably been accelerated, probably more so for me. But yeah, I think you have the headset on during the games as a backup too, so you kind of get a feel for how Sean gets the call in and what he's thinking, and you get a feel for the rhythm of the game and how he calls it. And certainly being in the huddle, managing personnel, you get even more of a feel for that. But that's your job as a backup too, is to kind of be in tune with all those types of things and how Sean likes to call it and what the message is during the week.
Are the broad strokes mostly the same between what you and him or Ryan? It seems like you do more short over the middle. He's maybe a little bit more outside. Is that just kind of how you approach, both guys approaching it a little differently? There's
probably a lot that goes into that, per defense, guys who are healthy, what we're trying to do week to week. I can't tell you anything specifically, I'd say, but I think Sean does be it quarterback or whatever position there is. He does a really good job of playing to each guy's strengths, and like I said, that extends beyond quarterback. He's not going to ask receivers to do things really they're uncomfortable with or maybe not really good at. He's going to play to everybody's strengths.
Speaking of that health, did you see what happened to Ty when it happened? I guess when did you find out that that happened?
No, I just found out maybe in the second quarter. Ty's down, he's got a finger, so I didn't really know.
I didn't know if you'd seen it, like if you saw it happen or anything.
No, I saw a clip of it. It looked pretty gnarly. But yeah, that stinks.
You were maybe the only player who got to be in a position room with Peyton Manning and Drew Brees, right?
Maybe, yeah. I never thought of that.
What? How do you kind of view that? Like that you kind of got a chance to be around two really great all-time quarterbacks. Like, what did you try to take away from that time?
Yeah, I think, everybody asks me always kind of like what I learned from these guys, and I try to learn from everybody, not just those two guys.
Sure.
I've played behind some good quarterbacks. I think early for me what helped is, I wasn't going to be Peyton Manning. So I tried to pick up the things that I could apply to my game and my preparation without losing kind of the identity of myself as a player, or what I was going to be as a player, as a young pro. So, there's so many things that you pick up, especially from those two guys who have seen so much ball played 20 years each or so. But, yeah.
I heard you talking about like smart, aggressive decisions, and like I feel like we heard Jameis talk about being oriented on decisions. He got that from Drew. And,
Yeah, I think Drew played at warp speed. I'll say that as a quarterback. I mean, you guys know, just watching him play, there was little to no indecision when he played quarterback, which served him really well and was fun to watch for me when I got here.
Do you, just kind of off topic, do you watch the Manning cast and wonder what Peyton would say about you playing quarterback now if he got one of your games maybe like on a Monday night?
I don't. I've seen Peyton and Eli on there. I think they do a really good job. I don't know what they would say. Peyton would probably have something slick to say about me for sure. But yeah, I think those guys do a really good job. I think the insight obviously is second to none with both those guys, and they get some pretty cool guests too, for sure.
Speaking of the Mannings, has anyone ever told you that you look like you could be like the fourth Manning brother?
Yeah, I have heard that before. Yeah, I'll take it as a compliment, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I've heard that before.
Have you ever been recognized? I mean, somebody
mistaken you
for, like in New Orleans?
Not New Orleans, no. Yeah.
Anywhere else?
No, I get a look-alike. I get that kind of thing. I don't get like, hey, you're Peyton, you're Peyton or you're Eli or Cooper. I don't get that. But,
Or Arch,
yeah. No, I don't get Arch. No, I don't get that, yeah.
This may be
That would be flattering for sure.
a dumb question for a quarterback, but I'm serious about it. How do you feel about roughing the passer? I mean, do you feel like has it gone too far in the league, or?
No, I think I saw Tom Brady say something that was pretty poignant in terms of protection for receivers that they're getting, and I think it kind of skews some of the accountability of the game. And there's a way the game should be played, so these kind of things don't happen. As a quarterback, that's kind of the cost of doing business. You hold on to the ball, you're going to get hit. Now, some of these hits are egregious, and I think a lot of people can agree on what's kind of crossing the line. But quarterbacks, I think there needs to be some protection there, but at the same time, like I said, there's a cost to doing business sometimes, and that's all I'll say about that.
What do you mean, holding the ball too long?
Yeah.
In other words, there should be accountability.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the hit on Payton? I mean, the call on Payton the other day?
I didn't like it.
As a quarterback or as a Saint?
Yeah, like I said, I think we can all, most people, I know that's kind of unfair to say, but most people can kind of agree on what's an egregious hit or what's crossing the line in terms of, being violent at the end of the play with the quarterback. It didn't look like that to me, but tough calls, man. It's not an easy job these refs have, but.
Any contributing factors you can cite as to throwing for nearly 300 yards? Is it in this last game? How much of it has to do with just you and the receivers doing a better job? And I know there are other factors like you have to call more passes if you're behind or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think were the main factors in that?
You got to get big plays, and you got to get more plays. I think certainly in the first half of these games, I don't think we've had enough plays, and that goes back to converting on your third downs and being in manageable third downs. So good things always happen when you're on the field longer, and you get more plays, and oddly enough, your rush yards go up, your pass yards, and all those things kind of fall into place. So let's go back to that. You got to stay on the field longer, and you get more opportunities to make plays. And like I said, those things kind of fall into place.
You hit Deontay for a big ball the other day. What makes him good at that? Marquez was saying that you can't play him deep because he'll burn you by snapping off his route. You can't press him because he'll run by you. So would you kind of agree with that? How do you kind of assess
He's got rare speed just in terms of everything. Straight line, change of direction. There's nothing he can't do. And throwing to him, he's certainly playing at a different speed than everybody else on the field. Just took a little adjustment for your eyes getting used to, and seeing his body language. But I mean, there's not a route that he runs versus match coverage where I'm like, he's not gonna. I mean, he's gonna win.
Yeah.
So.
Offensively, you guys have closed pretty well the last couple of games. Can you take anything from that, the way you guys have finished the last couple of games offensively?
Yeah, I think you always look at why aren't you winning, and for me it's we got to play better early. I think it's when everybody recognizes we got to have some urgency and we probably got to throw it a little more. You don't really want to become one-dimensional if you don't have to, but we can play with anybody. We just got to put it together early in football games, I think.
As a quarterback, what are just some of the things that stand out to you about Sean's 2-minute offense? It seems like guys kind of really thrive in those situations.
Yeah, he gets us going. Clock stop. He's got a good feel for that, getting us in the right play when clock stop. He knows when to give guys freedom in their routes and things like that. But yeah, I think it's something that we put a lot of emphasis on, through training camp and during the week. So every week, I think we got a rock solid plan going into 2 minutes. So we're not kind of caught on our heels scrambling like, oh crap, we got 2 minutes. What do we like?
Thanks, Trevor.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Thank you.